Hi everyone, it's Justin and Scott, two dads again from Australia. Now, Scott, today I brought something down. It's probably one of Australia's most popular cars, actually. Yep. It's the Mazda 3. The Mazda 3 has just had a little bit of a mid-year refresh, I suppose. They've haven't changed the formula too much. They've actually just loaded up with a lot more safety features.
Yep.
So I guess, mate, from a family-friendly standpoint, safety is a big thing.
Yep.
Mazdas, I guess, have always been a little bit fun to drive. I suppose we've seen that in some previous videos. Thought I'd bring you down to have a look at the new Mazda 3 and have a drive. What do you think, Mazdas?
Yeah, I've owned one. I think it was my second ever car. So
okay.
yeah, so always sort of as pretty much a quality option in the market, and also very good value. And yeah, linking into what you said, I mean, that you see a hell of a lot of these on the road, so there's heaps of them. So, so I'm interested to give it a drive and see why so many people opt for these.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's got one. She's had hers for about 70,000 Ks now, and mate, they don't go wrong.
Don't have a problem.
No,
yep, absolutely.
No, pretty good car.
Yep,
so it'd be interesting to have a drive of one of these and see how they've maybe improved the formula, I suppose.
Yep, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, Scott, we're sitting in the new Mazda 3. This is the top of the range one. This is called the Astina. What are your thoughts?
Feels top of the range. It seems to have all the features you'd expect of a top of the range car. You know, electric seats and you know, quite plush feel as you get in. Not over the top by any means, but it certainly feels luxurious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking around in here, there's it seems like all the accessories have really been ticked. I wouldn't think there's much left in the brochure that they haven't put on this car.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I mean, they've just upgraded it with a lot of safety features, which I think when we drive, you're going to see the car talking to you and things like that. Like, it tells you when, you know, the speed cameras are at and things like that, which is good. So it's going to keep your license, hopefully. So.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Anyway, let's go for a drive.
Let's go. Oh, it's a good turning circle. Steering's nice and light, but with feel.
Are you going to get the wipers wrong this time? Or?
Probably. Probably.
This Astina is fitted with the 2.5 litre 4-cylinder Skyactiv engine.
Yeah.
It's got the 138 odd kilowatts, I think, 250 newton meters of torque. The base cars come with a 2 litre Skyactiv, which has 114, I think, with about 200 newton meters of torque.
Yes. I notice it's got some paddles here.
Yeah. It's got 6-speed auto, sport mode.
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah. It's the longest I've driven a car for a while without putting it in sport mode. So better check it out.
You love your sport mode, don't you?
Someone's gone to a lot of effort to put that sport mode in there and design it. I think I should use it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, just driving it around. It's got enough little zip to it. It feels good. It feels sporty. We're going over some quite bumpy parts of the road here. It's not the greatest quality of road, and it's very, very comfortable. It's rolling really nicely over the bumps.
Yep. I think the Astina runs 18-inch wheels and tyres on it, so they're low profile, but it seems to take the bumps fairly well. Actually, one thing people have commented about Mazdas is that they tend to be a little bit vocal. They tend to be a little bit noisy. This one, not too bad.
Yep, it's okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming for a car like this, the fuel usage would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think official figures, I think it says 6.1 litres per 100 kilometres combined, which is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I sat in the back before. We were getting ready, and I can sit comfortably on both sides in the back. A little bit limited leg room, but it's okay for an adult. I can't sit in the middle because of the shape of the ceiling, but yeah, you can put 2 adults in the back and go out to the movies or into the city or something quite comfortably.
How do you think it handles?
Very politely, I think. It's a
politely.
polite car. It does what it tells it to do. Like if I'm turning it around here on a really rough bit of road, it just point it and it goes there. And lots of bumps here. There we go. There's a big one. That handled that very nicely while we're still turning. I think it handles very politely. It's not a race car.
Okay.
But it's certainly not sloppy either. It feels very comfortable. I think it's what people want when they're driving around the city.
Yeah.
This sort of handling.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's low maintenance, isn't it? So,
yep.
Yeah. But Mazda has actually upgraded the cars with something called G-vectoring. It's a new feature that only Mazda's brought out, actually. It's supposed to, when you're turning into corners, if it detects a little bit of untidiness, I suppose, it'll reduce the engine torque to particular wheels. So it will actually then tidy up the sort of steering input and everything to make it smooth around the corner. Just supposed to give like a better sort of smoother ride, I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Great feature.
They've gone to an electric handbrake too in these things as well. So
I think that's the way to go, right? I really like the electric handbrake. Once you've had it, it's hard to go back.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan?
No, I like the old-fashioned handbrake. I don't know. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned. I don't know.
Give me the electric one any day now that I've got used to it.
Bring back the 80s. That's what I reckon. Some of those safety features I mentioned before, which have been upgraded in the new sort of mid-year model here. You know, all the cars come standard now with smart city braking. So at low speeds, if you're not paying that much attention, the car in front decides to brake suddenly, the car, and you're not picking up on it, the car will actually brake for you. Which is pretty good for insurance, I suppose, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
More nose to tail prangs.
Yep. That must account for a lot of prangs around the place. Yeah. If you start to eliminate those.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the heads-up display. That feature that you spoke about with the street sign speed limit being focused. I mean, in Sydney, you're going from you can drive a kilometre and go up and down speed limits 5, 6, 7 times. So we've just gone from 60 to 50. It's picked it up automatically. It's a fantastic feature. You don't have to think about looking for the sign. It's always just right in front of you.
And mate, another great thing about it too is I wear polarised sunglasses. A lot of people do, and some head-up displays. I've driven a few cars that with polarised sunglasses, you can't really see it that well. This one's fine. You can see it.
It was brake, I think.
Oh, it was brake. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody was in
on
front.
The heads-up display. It showed me the word brake.
Okay.
I think with an exclamation mark, and that says there was a car coming up in front of us.
Right. It's got radar cruise control, this thing too.
Oh, okay.
Which is, you know,
which you get to set here at the steering wheel. I think. By the looks of it.
Which, you know, a lot more expensive cars have that, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that amount of tech and safety features in a car under 40 grand is quite unthinkable a little while ago. That's
right.
That's
actually,
a lot of features, right, for under $40,000.
Well, that's been one big thing about Mazda's, like the Mazda 3, I suppose, is the value for money, isn't it? The value for money aspect of it, and it sort of shines through that you're getting all this leather trim, like you say, sunroof. It's a lot of car for the money, isn't it? So,
if you were buying one, Justin, and this was the car of choice, or someone you knew was choice, and you had the 4 models, where do you think the sweet spot is in those 4 models? Obviously, everyone wants to have the best, but where do you think the most value for money?
Well, there's a Neo model, which is the base model. It comes with, I guess it's what it doesn't come with. You know, it doesn't come with a rear camera or anything like that. It doesn't come with nav or anything. That's the sort of entry-level car. But there's a model above that called the Max, which has the 2-litre engine. It comes with, I think, navigation, the rear camera, alloy wheels, and stuff like that. That's probably the sweet spot, I think. It's sort of, I think, around early to mid 20s. Yes. Which is good. You can go up to the sportier models like the SP25s, SP25 GTs, which have the 2.5-litre engine, a bit sportier, but for value for money, I reckon probably the Max, actually.
Yep. Yeah. So previously, having looked at those 4 models, I think each one is reasonably good value in itself for what you're getting. I'm not saying any of them are not good, but I think the Max, absolutely, for the things you'd really want as baseline, for only a few extra bucks, the Max gives you a lot.
Yeah. I always reckon if you're going to buy a car, buy the best one you can afford. Which has been a problem for my life, all my life. That's probably why I'm broke.
And that's probably why we're doing car reviews, because we like cars and we spend too much money on them. But
okay, mate, you've had a drive of the Mazda 3.
Yep.
What are your impressions?
Quite impressed, actually, I've got to say. Sub $40,000 car.
Yep.
The finish from outside to in is really good. The drivability is really nice. I mean, it's just a great city car. It's loaded with a lot of technology and safety features that you wouldn't get. I wouldn't have thought. Well, I would never have expected to get in a sub $40,000 car.
Yeah, that's a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, look, I think value for money, it's right up there, and now that they've actually sort of tweaked up that safety aspect of the car with this mid-year sort of improvement there.
Yep.
The family friendliness aspect has always been there, but it's just that little bit better, I suppose, because it's, you know, it feels a lot safer now.
Yep.
Fun to drive? Yeah, actually, it's, well, I'll put it the other way. It doesn't do anything badly. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a sports car by any means, but it does have sportiness about it, the way it drives. Yeah, I think you can understand why it's so popular.
Yep.
It's an all-rounder. It does nothing badly, and it does a lot of things quite well.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think if anyone's looking for a car in that sort of small, the larger size of small cars, but for a family car around the city, you'd have to put this on your checklist.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why it's so popular,
Yep.
the Mazda 3, like especially with private buyers, not just fleets and things. Private buyers really like this car. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I guess the last question,
Yes.
we always ask this when you park the car, or you know, you're looking at the reflection in the car as you're driving by. Is it one of those cars that?
I'm sorry, Justin, but it's not one of those cars
No.
I would look back at if I left it in the car park. But
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
what it needs to do, but it's not one of those cars.
Yeah, look, I'll have to agree with you, mate. I think the styling, while it's you know, it's nice, but it's not sort of, you know, stand-out-ish, I suppose,
Yes.
is it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, it's a good car.
It's a great car.
Yeah,
Yep.
good car. So I'd just like to say thanks to everybody for watching again. Been another Two Dads review on the Mazda 3 here. Just want to put out a big thank you to our good friends at AMR Mazda at Petersham. And we're hoping that you'll be able to keep watching and stay tuned. We'll see you later.